Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon and welcome to Kingdom of Loathing. West of Loathing just came out, and I don't have the money right now to buy that and play it. So, I figured, hey, I haven't played Kingdom of Loathing in like 7 years or something. So I figure, hey, I'm gonna check it out. So, I'm going to run into the game and I'm gonna start a new file and everything. This is a little off-center, but I have this set to the game orientation, so we'll do that later. Okay, so Kingdom of Loathing, an adventurer is you. Create a character and start playing. We have 6 character classes. There's basically 2 of each type. There's Seal Clubber. Seal Clubbers hail from the frigid Northlands, because one character class always hails from the frigid Northlands. They rely on their muscle to survive. Seal Clubbers hit things with sticks until those things stop moving. The Turtle Tamer's mystical connection with his Terrapin brethren imbues him with great power. He excels at moving very slowly and winning foot races with smug satisfaction. His muscle is the key to his success and his long lifespan. Turtle Tamers fight with the aid of their animal companions and magical blessings of ancient turtle spirits. They also cast protective shells around their fellow adventurers. The Pastamancer, with his mastery of the arcane secrets of noodlecraft. The Pastamancer is a force to be reckoned with. He relies on his mysticality to get ahead in the world. Pastamancers cast powerful spells while hiding behind their enthralled undead pasta minions. The Sorcerer, long engaged in an uneasy truce with the Pastamancers, the Guild of Sorcerers protects the secret of the ancient brotherhood of gravy makers. Their mysticality is their most important attribute. Sorcerers cast devastating spells and conjure protective sauces around themselves and other adventurers. The Disco Bandit. The Disco Bandit boogies to and fro, hither and yon. Whence comes he, no man knows. Whither he strikes next. All men live in fear of him and his moxie. Disco Bandits dance out of reach of their foes while also sneakily stabbing them. And the Accordion Thief. The scourge of matriarchs and polka bands. The accordion thieves have plied their malign craft since time out of mind. Their moxie serves them well in both their adventures and their interactions with the ladies. Accordion thieves steal accordions, which they then use to fight their opponents and play helpful songs for other adventurers. So, there are basically aggressive and defensive versions, and I'm going to pick Disco Bandit because why not? Character name. It's going to be Polarized Moon. Name available. Play. Alright, here we go. So now everything should be in correct orientation here. Just make sure I'm gonna set a password because I can. It's time to add a password to your account so you can log back into it later, or from a different computer, or while you're at work, or from your cell phone while you're in the bathroom. We're not here to judge you or your hygiene. This is important, so you're not going to let you go on any more adventures until you do it. You're having fun, right? Well, to do this, and make sure you can come back and have fun tomorrow too. We hate goofy password restrictions as much as you do, so this is all we ask. Your password must contain at least one letter and at least one thing that is not a letter. You know, like a space or a number or punctuation or mark or something. All right, so I'm gonna go like this, just so that I can put I'm gonna put a password in here. And then, there we go. Password is set. Password set. You can now come back whenever you want, from wherever you want, and do whatever you want, assuming that whatever you want to do is a thing that you can do in this game, which, let's face it, it totally is. We've got everything. Alright, go back to the map. So here's our map. We have our inventory and the main map. I don't know, though your sack is large, it contains no food or beverages. It contains no equipment. And it contains no miscellaneous items. Okay, there we go. So we'll go to the map. And it looks like we can only go to the big mountains. Fantastic. Ace the Wildcard says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Currently at the hospital visiting my dad. Oh no. That's okay, you don't have to, you're not obligated to be here. Oh, now click here. Can I click here? Nope. Okay, going to Mount Noob and to the Toot Oriole. Fantastic. The bird speaks as you approach. Welcome, adventurer. I'm the tutorial, and as I'd like to show you the ropes, here they are. He points to a pile of ropes a pile on top of a nearby rock. Now that's the way. Now that's out of the way. Let's begin the brass tacks. I got lots of things to teach you. Where should we begin? Let's see. Adventuring, skills, campsite. Teach me about cocktail crafting. I'm actually going to go through these because it's been a long time since I've played this game, so I don't remember everything. And I want to see all the dialogue because the dialogue in this game is hilarious. It's dangerous to go alone into the big scary world out there, and nothing keeps an adventurer company as well as some sweet gear. Let's see what you've got lying around that might fit you. The Oriole digs around in his pile of junk behind his rock and produces a couple of items. You acquire an item, disco ball and old sweatpants. Whenever you see an item, you can click on the picture to get a description of it. Why not try that now? Go to your inventory by clicking the backpack icon on the menu at the top of your screen and equip the 2 items I just gave you. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, so I wasn't sure if this would show up. This disco ball, which can be used either to liven up a disco party or hit stuff in the head. You're thinking the latter is probably a better option in most contexts. And old sweatpants. This pair of faded gray sweatpants with an elastic drawstring. Most people don't actually break a sweat while wearing them, but sitting on a couch eating potato chips pants don't have quite as much of a ring to it. Alright, so I'm supposed to go equip these, and equip that, and equip this. Cool. Alright, so now I go back to Mount Noob, I guess. Already learned. Oh, I acquire an item. Good job equipping that stuff. While you were out, I found this. I thought you might like to have it. Click on it to see its description and notice the fancy blue text. That means this item is enchanted, and equipping it will improve your stats or abilities in some way. Moxie +1. This mask allows you to disco dance like a pro, and by pro, I mean professional disco dancer. This game is the best. Let's equip that also. So we'll go back to Mount Noob. Teach me about adventuring. Over on the left side, underneath the time hourglass whatever icon, you see a number of adventures you have left. Adventures are used for adventuring. Every night you will get an additional 40 adventures. There's a cave at the base of this mountain. Here, let me mark it on your map. Noob Cave is on Mount Noob in the big mountains. You'll notice the +1, or you'll notice the 1 next to the name of the cave. This means that going in here will cost you 1 adventure. That cave is where I keep my crates full of old junk. Head down there and smash some of them for me if you please. I can do that. You're fighting a crate. You're a little nervous about encountering a crate this early in the game. You get the jump on it. Attack with your disco ball. Blinding light reflects off your disco ball, blinding your opponent for 4 damage. And that's the way, you like it. Biff Barf. New attack damage record. You win the fight. This crate was empty. Fueled by disappointment and boredom, you pick up some of the splinters of wood and whittle them into popsicle sticks. You acquire 3 popsicle sticks. I love how there's a description for everything. This run-of-the-mill popsicle stick, it's got one of those cool jokes with the cool ones with the jokes written on it, but it's also one of the gross ones with the sticky popsicle residue and somebody else's spit on it. So I guess you should count your blessings. All right. Oh, can I click on that? No. Okay. Is that what I had to do? Oh, 2 more crates. Okay. So I have to. This is the same. You swing your disco ball and disco dance up a storm, doing an infernal 5 points of damage to your bewildered opponent. This crate was full of fruit. You pocket some of it, trying not to think about how long it's been sitting down here. This is a lemon. It's shaped exactly like a lemon. This is an orange. It's an orange. You gain 2 smarm. Oh, man. You're fighting a crate. You swing your disco ball, that's the same one. This crate was full of vodka. And the reason you know that is because your shoes are now full of vodka as well. You managed to salvage 1 intact bottle from the moist and fragrant wreckage. You gain 2 roguishness. This is a tiny hairline-sized bottle of vodka. The orcish frat boys must have gotten this from some other dimension. Alright, I think that's all he wanted me to do. Well done, adventurer. I'm sure you noticed that you smashed those crates. You acquired some items and gained some stat points. Adventuring is the best way to get new stuff and make Alright, smarmy. Yes, I am smarmy. Adventuring is the best way to get new stuff and make numbers get bigger. And probably wouldn't be playing this kind of game if you didn't like watching numbers get bigger. What would you like to learn about next? Teach me about my skills. Skills are important, and there are two different kinds of them. Some can be used during fights, and others can be used not during fights. Let's investigate the second kind first. Click on the book icon and use your Disco Aerobics skill. Disco Aerobics. You bust a disco move. You feel more moxious. You acquire effect, Disco State of Mind. Disco Aerobics. By disco dancing at your campsite, you can put yourself in disco state of mind. Your moxie will increase for a period of time. And this one is Sucker Punch. Have you ever been punched in the stomach when you were least expecting it? If so, are you itching for revenge? This skill will let you get it. Oh man, I love everything about this game. This game is fantastic. Alright, what have we got now? Ooh. Alright. See you later, Ace. Hopefully you'll be back soon. Okay, well done. As I'm sure you've noticed, that spell gave you an effect that makes you more powerful. You can see how long that effect will last in the character pane over on the left. Over here. Right here, down here. Now it's time for you to learn about combat skills. I've marked the Dire Warren on your map. It's a dangerous place. You'll need every ounce of guile, which is worth a pound of Chun-Li. If you can master it, you're going to survive. The Dire Warren on Mount Noob. Head down there and use Sucker Punch on 3 enemies. You're fighting a fluffy bunny. This is one of the cute fluffy bunnies that populate the Dire Warren. You're not entirely sure why it's called the Dire Warren, and you can't imagine any particularly dire circumstances or straits. Nonetheless, it's probably safer to destroy it. Okay. You get the jump on it. I need to Sucker Punch. Bam! You distract it and punch it in the stomach when it's not looking. It deals 1 damage and leaves it reeling. The monster attack power reduced by 1. Monster defense reduced by 1. You win the fight. You gain a Moxie point. Awesome. I gained sarcasm. Look at that. I learned sarcasm by punching a bunny. That's probably how it works in real life, right? This is one of the few, blah, blah, blah. Nonetheless, feel safer to destroy it. That's the same. Sucker Punch. Use skill. I gain 1 wizardliness and 1 sarcasm. Oh, also, meat is the currency in this game. So instead of dollars or gold, it's meat. Yeah, you trade in meat. I have 16 meat. Fantastic. And I need to do 1 more. There we go. I acquire a bunny liver, and I gained 2 chutzpah. Also, the names of the stats frequently change throughout the game. It's really funny. They're arbitrary. It's great. Oh wait, hold on. Oh well, I'll kill it anyway. You distract it, a bunny liver, wizardliness, and chutzpah. I need to make a sticker of you fist punching a bunny that just says sarcasm acquired. Yes, punch the bunnies. Gah! Okay, tutorial. Nicely done, adventurer. You probably noticed that in addition to gaining stat points by fighting those fearsome bunnies, you are also gaining meat. Meat is the currency of loathing, as you'll want as much of it as you can get, because you'll use it to buy new skills and new equipment and things. In fact, take a little of mine. It'll help you get started. You acquire an item, nest egg. What would you like to learn about next? Teach me about my campsite. Just west of the big mountains, there's a campsite for adventurers. You get assigned a spot as soon as you arrive in the kingdom, and that's where you'll be staying. It's pretty Spartan at the moment. Here, take this tent. You acquire an item, Newbie Sport Tent. This is a basic, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. This is a basic tent. It's durable and weatherproof, and you can put it up in your campsite, and you'll recover additional HP and MP when you rest. Go to the inventory by clicking the icon and use the tent to install in your campsite. You'll meet me over there. I'll meet you over there when it's done. Also, I think I didn't read something here. Disco miscellaneous. There we go. Let's read this. This is a liver from a fluffy bunny. It's totally pristine and healthy looking. This bunny must not have been much of a drinker. This is an egg that the tutorial gave you. He said something about being full of meat. I should probably use that. You crack open the egg. Turns out it's full of meat. Oh, that sounds gross. Just an egg full of meat. Also, how much is that's like 150 steaks in that one meat. Interesting, interesting. If you ever find yourself low on HP or MP, you can recover by resting in your campsite. Head over there now. Click on the map icon to get started and give it a shot. The campground. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff. Rest in my tent. You lie down on the floor and rest. You gain 9 hit points and 10 mojo points. The MP is mojo points. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Congratulations on your successful nap. You probably noticed that your dwelling is a little bare, though. Take this to liven up a little. Certificate of Participation. This certificate proclaims you are a legitimate participant in the adventuring community of the Kingdom of Loathing. Hang it proudly in your campsite. What would you like to learn about next? Actually, I should probably go hang that really quick. So I'll just use everything as you hand your certificate at your campsite. So if I go to the campsite, it should be there somewhere. I don't know. I guess. I'm not sure how that works. Well, we'll go back. We'll do some more tutorialing. Teach me about cooking. You're a growing adventurer, and it's important to eat to keep up your strength. In fact, eating is one of the best ways for you to get more adventures. If you're going to eat, you're going to need to learn how to cook. Take this oven and use it from your inventory to install it at your campsite. Easy cook oven. This is an easy cook oven, powered by a mystical but low wattage light bulb. An amateur baker is you. And, okay, so we got at the map, the campground. Wait, didn't I, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Install that. You install the oven in your stylish outdoor kitchen. The tutorial flies down and lands on a rock next to you. You'll find that a lot of food as you adventure, but nothing beats the taste of a home-cooked meal. Here, take these ingredients. I think the only one here I haven't read is strawberry. This is a plump, juicy strawberry. Plump and juicy. That's plump and juicy. Click on the crafting figure to make with the ingredients. Okay. Cook. Popsicle stick and lemon. I baked a lemon popsicle. That's how that works. If life gives you lemons and you're gonna live in a freezer, make this. Say, that looks delicious. You should go to the inventory and eat it. Congratulations, you just discovered a new recipe. Aha! Cool. What an exciting adventure, says Tofu. Fruits and popsicle sticks for the win. Oh, this is the greatest adventure. The greatest adventure. Eat that lemon popsicle. You eat the popsicle with gusto. It's better than eating it with Gus. That jerk always steals half of your popsicle. You gain 2 adventures. Oh, wow. Alright, what else have we got here? Food is good, and you should eat as much as you can every day, so you'll have plenty of adventures to spend. What would you like to learn about next, adventurer? Teach me about cocktail crafting. Adventurers do not live by bread alone. Booze is also a crucial part of your daily diet. It's like my dear old mum used to say, it's a rough world out there, Toot. Now be dear and fetch me another drink. You'll need this. You acquire an item, my first shaker. This is a colorful, cheap plastic cocktail shaker, useful for making not-so-potent potables. Use it to install it in the kitchen. Cool. The miscellaneous? Yes. You install the cocktail crafting kit in your stylish outdoor kitchen, making it even more stylish. The tutorial flies down and lands on a nearby rock. Cocktails are a fine way to make yourself less sober. Here, take these ingredients. And this is a grapefruit. It's a healthy part of a balanced breakfast, provided your bowl of cereal is about as heavy as a grapefruit. This is a big, plump, juicy green olive. Few things are similar to a big, plump, juicy green olive as this. Bottle of whiskey. This is an airline-sized bottle of whiskey. It's only wrong when the woman is right. Whiskey. Bottle of gin. This is a tiny airline-sized bottle of gin. The orcish frat boys must have gotten this from another dimension. Wait, is that the same as the vodka? Yeah, it is. Okay, interesting. Click on the crafting screen. You can't figure out how to make... See if you can't figure out a refreshing cocktail. Let's see. Gin and lemon? Sure. These 2 items, nope. Gin and olive. Ah, martini. Look at that. This is your basic martini, gin and an olive. Say, that looks like a mighty refreshing cocktail. You should go to the inventory icon and drink it. Congratulations, you discovered a new recipe. All right, let's drink this. Let's drink this martini. You drink the martini. It's as sophisticated as it is delicious. You gain 6 adventures. You gain 8 sarcasm. You gain a moxie point. Yay! You've unlocked a new tattoo. You gain 3 drunkenness. Great. Now I have drunkenness. Cool. All right, so let's go back, and I think that's everything. Aha. Just like in the real world, booze is a great way to get extra adventures. Just be careful not to overdo it, or you might knock yourself out of commission for the rest of the day. You've learned everything I have to teach you. Now it's time for you to set out on your own and find your fortune in the kingdom. Might I suggest starting with the Council of Loathing over in Seaside Town? Here, I'll mark the town on your map. Awesome. So now, look at this. Now we've got all sorts of stuff. The Barrel Full of Barrels, the Temple of Literacy, the Hugler Memorial Coliseum, the Hermitage, the Dungeoneerers Association. Oh, what the adventure signal? That's new. The wrong side of the tracks, the right side of the tracks, the odd jobs board, the museum, the clan district, the market square. So it looks like we have to go to the Council of Loathing. And I'm going to take a sip of my drink beforehand. Ah. All right. Council of Loathing. Say, it's a new adventurer. Welcome, welcome. Boy, we sure can use people like you right about now. Oh, but where are our manners? We're the Council of Loathing, and you are PolarizedMoon. There's a hero's name if we ever heard one. Listen, we're gonna have plenty of work for you, but first, you should probably spend a little time getting your bearings. You look a little underpowered, so maybe you can head off to one of the less dangerous parts of the kingdom. Let's say one of these places, the Haunted Pantry in the Spooky Raven Manor on the right side of the tracks. The outskirts of Cobb's Knob in the nearby plains. The Sleazy Back Alley on the wrong side of the tracks in Seaside Town. Come back after you've explored a little and we'll be ready with you for your first assignment. Oh, and should you really consider joining your class's guild so you can learn new skills and stuff, head over to the Department of Shadowy Arts and Crafts on the wrong side of the tracks and talk to Shifty. Alright, so I need to go talk to Shifty. The Departments of Shadowy Arts and Crafts, the Thatch-Roofed Casino, the Graffiti Wall, the Dirt-Walled Hovel of the Pretentious Artists, and the Sleazy Back Alley. Shifty, the Thief Chief. So, you want to join in the Department of Shadowy Arts and Crafts, eh? Shifty says. Well, I can't be letting just anybody in, and I'm going to have to give you a test. What kind of test, you ask? Let's see. Shifty looks around the room and points surreptitiously at a guy looking in the back. See that guy over there? That's Izzy the Lizard. You think you can steal his wallet without him noticing? You mean this wallet right here, you say? Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, this wallet right here, Shifty says, taking it out of his pocket. Not bad, kid. You've got potential. So I'm in? He shakes his head. This is just what do you call it? A preliminary. Here's the real test. I want you to steal your own pants without you noticing. Steal my... without noticing? That doesn't make any kind of sense. Well, if you want in, I'll guess you'll have to figure out, kid. Here's a hint. Check out the Sleazy Back Alley nearby. Okay, so I need to go to the Sleazy Back Alley to figure out a way to steal my own pants. Oh, wait. Am I not supposed... was this a place that I could go? I don't remember if this was one of the ones I'm strong enough to be here yet. You're fighting a big, creepy spider. In the Sleazy Back Alley, you're attacked by a big, creepy spider. It promises not to kill you, but you're not sure you believe it. It gets the jump on you. It spins a web to ensnare you, but it gets scared midway through and ends up spooling all of its web fiber under the ground. Someone should make a hilarious cartoon along those lines. Let's, oh, I killed it. You distract it and punch it in the stomach. 4 meat, a spider web, and 2 chutzpah. This is a web of a spider, sort of sticky and smells like spiders. Fancy that. Weakens enemies very slightly. Alright. Spirit of the Slug Lord. Deep within the alley, you feel a strange presence. A ghostly blur appears before you, introduces himself as the Slug Lord, and recites a poem. I had a home secure and dank, till salt got flushed down the septic tank. Now I'll no longer make my romance, but you can still get it in my pants. He gives you a map. The Slug Lord's map. This map is given to you by the ghost of the Slug Lord. He said something about leading to pants. So I would assume that's probably... That would assume probably what I need to go do. So let's go check out my inventory. Miscellaneous. Use the map. You begin following the Sluglord's map. It leads you to an immense septic tank just outside of Seaside Town. As you enter the septic tank, you are suddenly assaulted by its horrible stench and forced to turn back. You need some protection before you can go any further into that thing. So I need a gas mask. I'm not sure how to get that. Oh. Lair of the Naughty Sorceress. What is this? A seaside shack. So let's go to the nearby plains. And we're gonna fight some stuff at Cobb's Knob. You're fighting a Knob Goblin barbecue team. This is a deadly combination of Nephite Knob Goblin chef and a magically animated barbecue grill. Sometimes these things are friendly, but this one appears to be pretty aggressive. It gets the jump on you. The grill spits hot coals at you, but you stay cool. Let's sucker punch that thing. The chef tries to give you a tongue lashing, but you quickly dodge. You swing your disco ball and disco dance up a storm, doing an infernal 4 points of damage to your bewildered opponent. You acquire an item, bowl of cottage cheese. This is a bowl of cottage cheese. If you don't like cottage cheese, it looks pretty good. If you don't like it, it doesn't. I don't like cottage cheese, so it doesn't look good. You're fighting a sleeping Knob Goblin guard. This is a Knob Goblin guard who's fallen asleep at the switch. The switch in this case is the entrance to Cobb's Knob. Normally these guys are pretty tough, but they're notoriously hard to wake up, so you can probably take this one. I, being a disco bandit, am going to pick his pocket and see what I can get. You fish around in your opponent's pocket, but you don't find anything. You trip over him and almost fall, but then you catch yourself. Yep, thrills and chills abound. Alright, let's sucker punch this guy. You acquire an item. Viking helmet. You've been Viking again, haven't you? I can tell by your helmet. Knob Goblin pants. These are pants crafted by a Knob Goblin seamstress. Wait, unless the whole thing about the... I wonder if the thing about the... That was the not the pants, not my pants. I'm gonna try going here a little bit more. As you're nearing the sleazy back alley, you happen upon a Knob Goblin tourist, gaping in awe at the top buildings of Seaside Town. They don't have anything taller than 0 stories where he comes from. Since he hasn't noticed, you take advantage of the opportunity to practice your pickpocketing skills. You simultaneously feel smoother and richer, like the new improved Ovaltine. You gain 5 chutzpah. You're fighting a rushing bum. Oh, these guys are hilarious. If I kill these guys, I can get bum cheeks, and I can meat paste them together to make an ass hat. In the sleazy back alley, you are bum rushed by a rushing bum. Yikes. He rushes up and smacks you, but bumbles the whole thing. You acquire an item, bum cheek. This is the severed cheek of a bum that rushed you. It's a sizable enough cheek that it could be worn as a hat. Slight stench resistance. Oh wait, can I get the stench resistance using the ass hat? I bet. Alright. Oh, I can pick this one's pocket. Mad Train Wine. This is a bottle of Mad Train Wine. Cheap wine, nasty wine, headache, and a bottle wine. You win the fight. I gain sarcasm. Oh, here we go. You turn a corner in this sleazy back alley and find yourself lost in a maze of twisty little passages. In fact, you're so lost and the passages are so twisty that you eventually turn a tight corner and find yourself directly standing behind yourself. Resolving not to think about it too closely, you fear the universe will suddenly realize what you're doing and put a stop to it. You sneak up behind and prepare to steal your own pants. Yoink! Quietly, stealthily, you reach out and steal the pants from your unsuspecting self and fade back into the mazy passages of the sleazy back alley before you notice what has happened. You then make your way to the back of the alley, clutching your pants triumphantly and trying hard not to think about how oddly chilly it has suddenly become. Oh boy, I did it. I did the thing. Hey kid, how'd it go? I did it, you say. I stole my own pants and I didn't even notice. I've got them right here, Shifty says, and he gives them to you. Nicely done, kid. That is, of course, assuming that you actually did steal them. You might have just borrowed them from yourself and lied about stealing them. What? But Nah, don't worry about it, I believe you. You're either a good thief or a good liar. Either way, you're in. Great. Lefty can teach you some new tricks. Check out the Shadowy store if you want to pick up some tools, and ask Izzy for the keys to the guild meat car if you ever want to take it for a spin. Now put your badge back on, okay? Awesome. Let's see what I've got for pants, actually. I did get another pair of pants. Oh, the Knobgoblin pants are much better. Let's equip those. And let's see. The Bum Cheek and the Viking helmet are about the same. Do either of these give me... Okay, one's stench resistance and one's not. Okay. Whoops, hold on. Let's close that. Alright. Stench resist. Let's put on the Viking helmet. Why not? Cool. Yeah, that's much better than the disco mask. Alright, so I can now go into the department. Lefty the trainer, Izzy the lizard, Shifty the accordion thief, Duncan Disorderly the disco bandit. You're the new disco bandit. Nice to see a new face around. I'm Duncan Disorderly, the top disco bandit in the department. There's not much happening right now, but you can check back later. Maybe I'll have something for you to do. Lefty the trainer, what have you got for me? As an initiate of the Department of Shadowy Arts and Crafts, you are now eligible to train here. Oh, cool. I can, whoa, there's a lot of disco leer. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. I'm level 2, so I can only get these things. Cool. Disco eye poke. In the course of your disco dancing, you can poke your opponent in the eye or eye analog, doing a small amount of damage and throwing your opponent off guard. Left hands. If idle hands, the devil's workshop, active hands are his shooting range, and your hands, they get up some mischief, let me tell you. Disco Dance of Doom. You can bust a disco move all up in the joint, damaging your opponent all the while. Overdeveloped sense of self-preservation. Oh, it's passive. Ooh. You're acutely aware of the value of your own ass. This makes you less likely to be taken by surprise in combat and increases your chances of successfully running away from a monster. I should probably get that one if it's passive. So passive ones are always going to be active, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's see. I'm going to leave that at that for now, because that's all I've got. I don't have any more meat to do that. So now I've got that. Wait, what else was there to do in here? Izzy the lizard. Oh, here we go. Hey, buddy. You must be the new disco bandit. I'm Izzy. Izzy the lizard, they call me. You want to buy a watch or a necklace? Guaranteed real metal. No? How about a totally authentic treasure map written by pirates on this ancient bar coaster? Hey, come back. You ask Izzy about the meat car. He suddenly looks particularly cagey. The meat car? Well, I was over near Degrassi Knoll, and, I was mugged. Yeah, mugged, totally, and they stole the meat car. Nothing to do with the poker game at all. If I know these Knolls, and I'm not saying I do, then I've completely stripped the car by now. You'll have to filch these parts and build a new one. He scribbles a list of parts on the back of a napkin and hands it to you. Degrassi Knoll shopping list. This is a shopping list from the Knolls at Degrassi Knoll. It reads as follows. Get from Gearheads. Meat stack, cog, empty meat tank, tires, spring, rims out of stock, sprocket, and meat paste. Okay, so I have a new quest, but I'm not sure I'm strong enough to go fight at the Degrassi Knoll yet. The Shadowy Store. I can't afford any of that. Let's see. I don't think I can... Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with the accordion thief. The accordion thief looks you up and down and sniggers a little. Are you the new disco bandit? I guess Shifty's just letting in about anyone these days. I'm Stradella, the top accordion thief in the department. Or anywhere else for that matter. Now get out of my face, you're bugging me. Okay. So, does that mean... Aha! We require your aid, adventurer. We need a mosquito larvae. Don't ask why, because we won't tell you. In any case, it's the best place to find a mosquito larvae in the spooky forest, which is found in the distant woods. We'll mark it on your map for you. Cool. Okay, so I'm strong enough to go to the distant woods. And, ooh, the forest village. Well, let's go to the spooky forest. Let's get one of those. You're fighting a Triflid. In the midst and the mists of the spooky forest, you encounter a Triflid. A horrifying ambulatory plant. You'll probably need an ambulance after it's done ambulating all over you. Gets the jump on you. Triflid tries to wrap you in one of its tendrils, but you trick it into wrapping around 10 drills instead. Yep, sucker punch that thing. You distract it and punch it in the stomach when it's not looking. The Triflid shoots out its tongue-like appendage and hits you in the eye. You wish you could still see, so you could see red. Ow! You lose 1 hit point. I gotta kill this thing. You hit for 4 damage. The Triflid spits poison and kills you. Well, not really, but it does sting. Ouch! You're not quite moxious enough to work the disco ball against a foe this strong, so you only managed to deal 1 damage. You win the fight. You gain 1 enchantedness and 1 roguishness. Oh, more Triflids. Didn't find anything. And the tendrils thing again. You smack it in the head. Oh, geez, I'm almost dying. You smack it in the head with your disco ball and don't stop till you get enough. Enough damage, that is. 2 points worth, to be precise. Zot boink. The Triflid spits poison to try and kill you, but it gets you hot instead. Let's sucker punch this thing. Hopefully I can... Ooh, okay. I am pretty close to die. You're distracted. Punch it in the stomach when it's not looking. Deals 1 damage. The Triflid racks your neck in what appears to be vines of poison ivy. You're not sure what hurts more, the strangulation or the thought of tomorrow's rash. Ow. Okay, hopefully... Yes! Oh boy. Okay. You swing your disco ball and dance up a storm. A moxie weed. This is a small weed, which, when eaten, makes you more moxious, kids. Don't try this at home. A spleen item. A spooky stick. This is a stick from a tree in the spooky forest. It's pretty heavy. You could probably whack some stuff with it pretty effectively. Alright, so I need to go heal up. So let's see if there's anything... First off, let's check... Damage 3 to 6, two-handed. So let's use that, because that's going to do more damage. And then... let's see. Was there... How do I sell things? I have completely forgot. Oh, I go to the shop? I don't remember. Okay, so we're going to go back to... We're going to go back to the campground, and we're going to have to rest in the tent. There we go. You lie down on the floor and rest. Cool. Let's see. The spooky forest. Let's go back here. You're fighting a spooky vampire. This is a spooky vampire. He wants to shock your blood. He's a terrifying apparition, even though he talks like a cross between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Count Chocula. I'm gonna pick his pocket. He uses his spooky hypnotic eyes on you, but loses contact lens and has to search for it. Let's sucker punch this bud. He uses his spooky hypnotic eyes to make you smack yourself in the head. Ooh. You lose 1 hit point of spooky damage. So spooky is one of the elements in this game. There's like spooky, smelly. I don't remember the rest of them. They're really funny. All right, let's attack him with the spooky stick. You speak softly, then clobber him with your big stick, dealing 5 damage. 5 plus 1. Ooh. Whack, bonk, whack. New damage record. All right, perfect. You're fighting a wolfman. Deep within the spooky forest, you are attacked by the wolfman. Perhaps you can defeat him by kicking him in the nards. That's right, wolfman's got nards. He gets the jump on you. He starts to clobber you, then remembers he's needed at his little house on the prairie. That is, the nearby plains. Oh, let's sucker punch that guy. He starts to clobber you, then remembers he's needed... Oh, that's the same one. Okay. You're fighting the wolfman. You swat him with the spooky stick, but only managed to deal 2 damage. You're not really strong enough to be using this thing. Maybe try a crossbow or a musical instrument or something. I still need to get through here. You're fighting a bar. You're attacked by a bar. Yep, I reckon there's a lot of bar here in these woods. Boy, howdy. Let's pick his pocket. This game is great, isn't it? You deftly slip your fingers into your opponent's pocket and grab something. You acquire an item. Bar skin. This is the pelt from Big Old Bar. Yep, I reckon it is. Well, that old bar tried to claw you right in the elbow, but I reckon he missed. You swat it with the spooky stick, but only managed to do 2 damage. The bar starts to attack, but suddenly needs to go do that thing that bars do in the woods. You remember hearing that once that bars can't run downhill, so you take off running. Turns out whoever told you that was full of crap. Though the bar tackles you and mauls you pretty comprehensively. Critical hit. Ow! You lose 1 point. Well, that old bird tried to claw you right in the foot, but I reckon he missed. There we go. Muscle point and a moxie point. Perfect. Triflid. I can pick its pocket. A spooky stick. Fantastic. I already have one of those. Thank you very much. The Triflid tries to wrap you in one of his tendrils, but you trick it into wrapping around tendrils. Instead, then the Triflid pokes you with 7 of the tendrils, smartass. You lose 1 hit point. Thanks. 3 plus 2 damage. Perfect. The Triflid shoots out its tongue-like appendage and hits you in the eye. You wish you could still see, so you could see red. You speak softly, then clobber with your big stick. Cool. I need to go heal up a little bit. And I have some consumables I can use. I think, yeah, I just need to increase, let's use this. Bam, 2 roguishness. Bam, 1 roguishness. Oh, great. Let's see. So over here on inebriety, if I get to 14, or if I go above that, I start getting drunk, and then the adventures will randomly shoot me to weird places. We may get to that depending on how many adventures I have. So there are only a certain amount of adventures you can have every day when you play this game. So I don't know. Every time I stream this, I don't know how long the streams are going to be. I'm going to still going to try to keep them to be at quite a standard 2-hour length. But if I don't know, if I have less power than that, I don't know, I might be able to not be able to have those be at 2 hours. I don't know, it depends on how much of these I have to read. All right, let's go back to the distant woods. I still need to, ooh, here we go. You managed to get quite a ways into the forest. I'm at the arboreal respite. Into the forest without running into any of those spooky monsters. With a sigh of relief, you pause to catch your breath and look around, trying to figure out what to do on this newfound freedom. Your interest is piqued when you notice an old, overgrown road leading off into the woods. Your soul is soothed when you hear the bubbling of a stream from somewhere nearby, and your sense of foreboding begins to tingle when you notice a dark thicket of trees on a nearby hillside. It's not the darkest hillside thicket you've ever seen, but it's definitely one of the darker. Which way will you go? Maybe you ought to look for the mosquito larvae the council wants. You think back to everything you know about mosquitoes. A, they're annoying. B, they spread disease. And C, they lay eggs in water. So let's go explore the stream. Consciousness of a stream. You follow your ears to the bubbling stream. You dip your feet in the cool water and survey your surroundings. Downstream from where you're sitting, the area opens into a marshy expanse. You're normally pretty mellow about marshes, but there's something about this one seems sort of harsh. Upstream, you spot a dark opening leading into the bank of a stream. It looks as if you're just big enough to squeeze into. If you're in the mood to squeeze into something right about now. Let's see. I think I need to go to the marsh, because that's probably where the mosquito larvae would be. Yeah, probably. You enter the marsh, and almost immediately plunge ankle deep into the puddle of filthy, stagnant water. Grumbling, you extricate yourself from the mud and notice your administrations have stirred up a disgusting, wriggling mass of mosquito larvae. Actually, one of them isn't disgusting at all. It's sort of cute, and you decide to take it with you. You acquire an item, mosquito larvae. With this larvae of a mosquito, it's very tiny, but with some tender, loving care and perhaps a terrarium, it could develop into a full-fledged mosquito. Hatches into mosquito. From the pest to a helper, a sucker for a real good man. This blood's for you, man. Damage your. So that's one of the familiars. It's a mosquito, which is probably what this quest is for. I'm probably gonna get the terrarium from the council. Thanks for the larva, adventurer. Actually, you know what? You look pretty lonely. Maybe you should hatch this larva and keep the mosquito as a pet. To do so, you'll need a familiar grow terrarium at your campsite. You can use this meat to buy one if you don't already have one. By the way, we're sick of all these disasters, holes in the sky, tentacle beasts trying to eat our town. We're gonna do something about this, just you wait. So, okay, cool. I think, unfortunately, no more tasks. I think it looks like whenever there's a new quest for me, they have the adventurer thing in the sky. Okay, so I need to go buy the flea market, Mr. Store. Where would the general store? Familiar Grow Terrarium. Here we go. This is the roomy and affordable Familiar Grow Terrarium. Turn your home into a campsite for breeding grounds of all manner of healthful creatures. Alright, let's buy that. Cool. So now I need to go use that. And miscellaneous. There we go. You set up the Familiar Grow Terrarium at your campsite. Okay, so now I can go to the campground. You do not currently have a familiar. Contains no familiars. I need to hatch this guy. Put in terrarium. There we go. You put your mosquito larvae in the Familiar Grow Terrarium. It hatches into a beautiful baby mosquito. You decide to name him Bogginold. Take him with you right now. Your current familiar, 1 pound mosquito. Bogginold. I'm gonna leave it Bogginold because that's the best name ever. Alright. Bogginold. So let's rest up a little bit. And then let's see. We're gonna check to see what we've got here. Do I have any better equipment yet? No. I still only have 31 meat, but I can go sell this other stuff. I'm gonna keep the bum cheek. Snooshy. Okay, we're gonna go back to Seaside Town, see if I can't get another bum cheek. Options message, okay. Let's go get another bum cheek. You're fighting a drunken half-orc hobo. In this sleazy back alley, you are set upon by a drunken half-orc hobo. You're as overpowered by his stench as you are confused by his slurred missives. One thing is for sure, though, it's beat or be beaten. You deftly slip your fingers into your opponent's pocket and grab something. You watch with glee as Bogginald extracts true drops of blood from your enemy, then you listen with barely concealed horror as he squirts the blood into your ear. You gain 4 hit points. You win the fight. Awesome. So I just have to keep doing this. Oh, rushing bum, perfect. Cheap cigar. Oh, you deftly slip your fingers in your opponent's pocket and grab something. A cheap cigar butt. Cool, what does this do? Cheap cigar butt was my nickname in junior high. Please don't ask why. No, but seriously, this is the last inch or so of a nasty cheap cigar. Not the kind of cigar you get from a fancy store with a walk-in humidor and big leather armchairs, but the kind you get from a store where you have to hand the clerk money through a tiny slot in bulletproof glass. Potion. Damage attacking. Okay. Gain 8 hit points. See, now I'm gonna get health back as I fight. You find a curious jug underneath the dumpster. Map to hidden booze cache. Ooh. Though this clay jug is empty, there's a crude map scratched into a surface. XXX marks the spot. Mad train wine. Ooh, so I should use that map. Let's see. It'd be under miscellaneous. The sloppy scrawled map reveals the location of a hidden cache of booze in a nearby vacant lot. The overgrown lot on the wrong side of the tracks. Okay, so let's see if I can't go there. The overgrown lot. Drawing lots. You step around the corner from the sleazy back alley, which you think you would have put you on the street, but the way this town is laid out makes no sense, and survey the overgrown lot. It looks like an apartment furnished by irresponsible college students, but instead of an apartment, it's outdoors. And instead of IKEA, they went to the weeds and garbage store. You're fighting a dire pigeon. At best, pigeons are a nuisance. At worst, they're trying to peck your eyes out right now. You deftly slip into your opponent's pocket and grab something. A pigeon egg. Cool. If you're ever trying to communicate with somebody who speaks a different language than you, why not try talking about eggs? Everybody likes eggs, except for my fiance. My fiance does not like eggs. You listen to the soothing and not at all annoying buzz of Bogginald's wings as he bites your opponent and extracts 2 damage worth of blood from it, and then injects it into you. You acquire an item, Jaunty Feather. Stick this in your hat as a symbol of both your accomplishments and your impeccable fashion sense. Ooh. All attributes. Oh, yes. Let's do that. Equipment. Accessories. Cool. Awesome. So now I've got bonus everything. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. But that still did not give me the... that still didn't get me any of the... Oh, a sewer snake with... You're fighting a sewer snake with a sewer snake on it. The sewers of Seaside Town are filled with snakes. Everybody knows that. This is one of those snakes, but it swallowed one of those metal tools plumbers use to clear snakes out of clogged pipes. And now it's too stiff to navigate the sewers. And it's not too happy about it. The way it's attacking you is any indication. You definitely slip your fingers into your opponent's pocket and grab a carton of snake milk. Hoo boy. The label on this carton says milk is fortified with vitamin S, and vitamin S. Bogginald gains a pound. Bogginald is now a 2-pound mosquito. Oh, and I got another carton of snake milk. Perfect. You're fighting a cooler wino. Some of Seaside Town's drunks are too cool to live in the sleazy back alley, but not cool enough to live in an actual apartment or house. This is one of them, and he's mad at you. You deftly slip your fingers into an opponent's pocket and grab something. You acquire an item, unflavored wine cooler. This is an unfinished wine cooler that somehow slipped through the QA process of the wine cooler vineyard factory. How do they make these things anyway? Snake milk from a snake pocket. Of course. That's how it works. And it's already cartoned and everything. He just stands there, snapping his fingers and tapping his feet. He stumbles over some rubble and trips, but he does it in a way that makes it look like he did it on purpose. You examine your staff to figure out which end is the business end. Then you hit him with the business end of your staff for 7+2 damage. Is this spooky damage? I think that's spooky damage. You win the fight. Unflavored wine cooler. You're fighting a dire pigeon. At best, pigeons are a nuisance. This one's trying to pike my eye. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, it flies high up into the air and then plummets down to dive bomb your nipple. Eek. You twirl your staff around like a giant baton and then hit it with something like you would hit it with a giant baton, doing 8+2 damage. Oh, I gained a level. Perfect. You're fighting a sewer snake. Let's get some more snake milk. Cool. I gained 2 chutzpah. Oh, here we go. Bogganold plunges his tiny proboscis into your opponent, extracting 3 pints of blood, which he then squirts into your mouth. Yum, I guess. Lots of options. Ooh, here we go. You managed to make it pretty far into the lot without being attacked this time, and you get a chance to look around a little. It's about what you'd expect. Tall grass, ramshackle shopping cart fortresses, piles of cardboard boxes stained with liquids you'd rather not identify, a low moaning sound which you take to be the wind, but which is slightly spookier and more persistent than most wind you've encountered. The world is your oyster. At least part of the world is. How do you like your oysters? Check out the shopping carts, the cardboard boxes, spooky. The booze map. Ooh, look at that. You follow the hobo's scrawled map and the motherload of booze stashes. Premium malt liquor is like a jumbo shrimp. Totally a real thing and demonstrably better than other kinds. And I already have whiskey and vodka, so I don't need to read those. Okay, so I have... I've gotten a couple of... So what if I use this? Oh, that just tells me what I need to go. Oh, so I can go do that now. I should be strong enough to do that, right? Let's see what I've got for equipment. I'm gonna frequently check this, just because I can. Alright. Let's go to inside Degrassi Knoll. I'm assuming I have to go to the garage. Oh, okay. Nope, let's not go there yet. I can't do that. I was gonna try to get another... Oh, hello. We've received word that the owner of the typical tavern in the distant woods is having a bit of a rat problem. I'm sure he'd reward you if you took care of it for him. Okay, I can do that. The distant woods, the typical tavern. Bart Ender, tavern cellar, a bar room brawl, and a suspicious-looking guy and a pool table. Howdy, adventurer, says the jovial man behind the bar. I'm Bart Ender. Nice to meet you, Bart. I'm PolarizedMoon. You say? The council says you need some help with something? Yep, we've got a bit of a rat problem. You see, the whole cellar's just thick with them. I mean, sure, there are always rats down there. Rats are a crucial part of a fantasy tavern ecosystem. Our problem is that there are too many rats. I need to figure out why there are so many of them, and I need to put a stop to it somehow. So there are rats in the cellar of the tavern. And I have to kill, what, like 10 of them? This isn't a simple matter of kill 10 rats, buddy. You need to track them back to their source and put a stop to it, whatever it is. Here, let me unlock the trapdoor for you. Careful, it's dark down there. Explore the darkness. I cast the magic missile into the darkness. Hoo boy. Okay. You're fighting a drunken rat. As you're poking around in the dark of the cellar, you hear a squeak. You turn toward it, and before you stands a drunken rat. It's also a dirty rat, and pretty smelly. You know that idiom, I think I smell a rat? There's a reason for it. Let's pick his pocket, see what he's got. I require a rat whisker. This is the whisker from one of those rats who lives beneath the typical tavern. It's a quest item. Okay. We'll attack it. You swat it with the spooky stick. Cool. It jumps into a tiny plastic bitchin' meat car and tries to run you over, but swerves too much to hit you. It tries to hit you with a shot glass, but it's too lousy to do a shot with it. You distract it and punch it in the stomach. Gain meat. Cool. Gain chutzpah, muscle boundedness, and wizardliness. Alright. Explored space. I'm assuming it's probably down way here in the corner. So I'm gonna work my way down that way. Ooh, jeez, ow. It staggers over and drunkenly punches you in the bung, then vomits on your shoes. Ugh. 9 hit points. Cool, I get health back. It staggers over, puts his arm around you, and squeaks the rat equivalent of, "I love you, man." It tries to sing some drunken rodent karaoke, but passes out before it can start. Cool. Bogginald gains a pound. He is now a 3-pound mosquito. Fantastic. That's how this stuff goes. So what am I supposed to do with these rat whiskers? I'll figure that out later. 1984 had nothing on this cellar. Well, all the tavern cellars you've encountered in the past have led you to expect either a crate or some rats. You've never seen what you find here, a crate filled with rats. It's too heavy to move and too noisy and unsanitary to abide. Dump out the rat crate. You pry the lid off the crate and heave it over. Heave it over. A deluge of rats scatters in every direction. Well, mostly in the direction you toppled the crate in, but every direction is represented by at least a rat or two. You pocket some of the leftover whiskers. But what's this? There's a single rat left in the crate, grinning at you like a madman. Mad rat? Mad ras? You wave your hands around and make some oogity boogity noises, but it refuses to be scared off. Not sure what to do, you pick him up and take him with you. This rat seems to have taken a shine to you, or at least he seems to like it. From the way he won't stop smiling, maybe he's just crazy. Oh, so this is a familiar. Cool. Let's see. So I'm still gonna try to make my way down to the corner. Rat whisker. Ooh, okay. It knocks you with a shot of bourbon, then brains you with a glass. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, that was close. You win the fight. Cool. Okay. I need to go back. Oh, if I go back down, okay. It stays unlocked. I'm gonna go fight something a little bit, if I fight something a little easier. Ooh. The ghost of Dr. Hobo Jones. On the way to Cobb's Knob, you feel a cold wind and hear the faint strains of an orchestra playing what sounds like a John Williams composition. All of a sudden, a frightful apparition appears, because that's what apparitions do, before you, and recites the following strange poem. Ere winter froze my hobo bones, I was known as Dr. Jones. My scalpel is to you a gift from above. Go forth and fight. No time for love. He gives you a map, the Dr. Hobo's map. This map was given to you by the ghost of Dr. Hobo Jones. You remember him saying something about a scalpel. Cool. This grill is all up in your grill, but you tell it to best get steppin'. Welcome back, Ace. We are, I'm trying to get some health back. Let's keep doing this. Come on, Bogginald. Oh, here we go. When the rocks attack. As you're wandering through the outskirts of Cobb's Knob, you hear a faint whisper from behind a tree. You go to the tree to investigate and discover a wounded knobgoblin guard resting against the trunk, breathing heavily. Adventurer! Gasped the guard, wincing. You have to help me. I stubbed my toe really, really, really hard, and I don't think I'm gonna make it unless somebody brings me some medicine. Will you help me? Sure. Sure, I'll help, you reply, but what kind of medicine do you need? Go to Seaside Town, says the guard, and visit Doc Galactic's medicine show. His pungent ungent should fix me up right up. Cost 30 meat, use this. Alright, I guess I've got a new quest. No, not the clan district. The market square. Doc Galactic's medicine show. Pungent ungent. Pungent unguent. This is a jar of Doc Galactic's pungent unguent, guaranteed to cure all life ills. This item has a small number of hit points. Also usable in combat. Okay, let's bring that back to this guy. You missed what, quests and stuff. I don't know, there's not really much, other than comedy, there's not much plot in this game. If you go back to a tree where the wounded knobgoblin was resting and find him just where you left him, continuing to whine about his stubbed toe. Here you go, tough guy, you say, and hand him the unguent. You're a lifesaver, he says, reaching into his pocket. Here, take this, as a thank you. Maybe you'll have better luck with it than I did. You require an item, Ring of Half-Assed Regeneration. What does this do? Regenerate 0 to 1 HP per adventure. And when you're wearing this ring, you'll slowly heal over time, sort of. Actually, that's a good idea. Look at that. I don't know how many accessories I can wear. Well, I got my half-assed regeneration, so now I'm gonna get even more health back. You're fighting a sub-assistant knob mad scientist. You know how sometimes a mad scientist will have assistant? Well, sometimes those assistants have assistants. And that's what this knob goblin is. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve, so watch out. He tries to blind you with science, but you dodge like poetry in motion. The acquiring item, strongness elixir. When consumed, this elixir increases your strongness. It won't exactly pump you up, but it will at least partially inflate you. Fantastic. You acquire an item, Knob Goblin Firecracker. This is a firecracker produced by some blah blah blah. You try reading this again after I take a drink. My throat is a little dry. This is a firecracker produced by the mad scientists of Cobb's Knob. Seems dangerous, like it'd be pretty easy to blow off some of your fingers, or somebody else's fingers. Tofu says, I totally just drew you as a disco bandit. Fantastic. Alright, so now I've got my health back. I can go back to the cellar of the typical tavern. Alright, let's still try to get to the corner here. Your exploration in that direction is blocked by a big pile of crates labeled miscellaneous booze. You're gonna have to deal with them if you want to make any progress. You spend a while carefully and gently smashing the crates and ransacking their contents. This is a plastic bladder full of wine in a cube-shaped cardboard box. You're already too educated stupid to understand the truth of nature's harmonic simultaneous 4-liter wine cube. And 2 bottles of rum. This is a bottle of rum, probably acquired from the pirates of the obligatory Pirates Cave. Yo-ho and this. Oh wait, what? No, what did I? Okay, hold on. Cool. We're getting to the corner. Drunken rat. Let's pick his pocket. It traps you into an hour-long debate against artificial turf. Midway through, you fall asleep and hit your head on the floor. Against artificial turf? I actually like artificial turf. I'm actually gonna have this debate. It's not gonna be an hour long though. Now that the artificial turf is actually really nice, if I was living in an area where I had a small enough yard and it would actually be cheaper to have artificial turf in the long run than it would be to water the grass every so often, depending on how much land I have to fill it. Also, there are some indoor artificial turfs that you use like a floor covering. It's actually pretty cool. I kind of want some of that too. Okay, we're gonna continue on now. It grabs a nearby microphone and engages in some drunken rodent karaoke. Oh, the pain. You swat it with a spooky stick. Cool. I gained a muscle point. Perfect. Alright, I'm getting towards the back corner here. As you're poking around in the dark of the cellar, you hear a squeak. You turn towards it, and before us stands a drunken rat. It's also a dirty rat, and pretty smelly. You know that idiom, I think I smell a rat? There's a reason for it. I'm gonna read a couple of these multiple times, because they're still funny. It jumps into a tiny plastic bitchin' meat car and drives drunkenly around the room before crashing into your toes. Ooh, ow. Ow. It tries to buy you a drink, just because it likes your face. Thank you. Ooh, I got some mysticality points. Alright, is this the... Aha! In a darkened corner of the cellar. But then again, aren't all corners of the cellar darkened? You make a grisly discovery, the corpse of an adventurer. He must have been defeated by the rats. You examine his gear more closely and determine that he was a disco bandit. That doesn't bode well. Well, might as well make the best of his bad luck. You rifle through his possessions and see that there's anything you can use. Moxie weed, cans of hairspray, and a shiny ring. This is a regular old can of hairspray. It's pretty boring until you combine it with one of 2 things, an open flame or a grill in the hood of a hot rod. Or a girl on the hood of a hot rod. And a shiny ring. This is a ring, which is both shiny and magical. All attributes +3. Cool. Oh. You should totally put the drawing in the Discord so I can see it. I wanna see what you drew. Was there coughing in that song just now? That was weird. Okay. So that was not the origin of the... So let's keep going checking the corners. Ooh, ouch. It staggers overly and drunkenly punches you in the nipple, then vomits on your shoes. Ow. Okay. Let's kill it. Perfect. All right. Ooh. You follow the sounds of skittering and scratching to a spot at the edge of the tavern's cellar, where the source of the plague of rats immediately becomes apparent. Somebody left the rat faucet on. How careless.
Everything changes.
This is a weird song. You close the valve. The torrent of rats slows to a trickle of rats, and then finally to no rats at all. You should probably go tell Bart you fixed his rat problem. Rat faucet left on, eh? It's probably Luann. She's always doing ditzy stuff like that. Right unfriendly to customers, too. That's why I fired her and divorced her. Anyhow, thanks for your help, PolarizedMoon. Here, by way of thanks, I have a few drinks on the house. 3 flagons of typical tavern swill. This is a flagon of the delicious swill that they serve at the typical tavern. If you drink it, it's sure to make you start rocking back and forth because where there's a swill, there's a sway. Sorry. All right. So I think there's a place somewhere where I can check. There's a place somewhere where I can check to see where I have, where I've got quests at, but I don't remember where that is. My skills. Do I click on me? Oh, here we go. Chill Crook. Cool. Let's see. Skills, current familiar. I don't remember where to find my quest log. Messages, options. No, okay. I don't care about that stuff. Ace the Wildcard says, oh my god, that's almost as bad as the murderous shower head I have at home. Like, no joke. That's terrible. Let's see, what was I doing? Well, let's go back to Seaside Town. Looks like the Council of Loathing has nothing left for us yet. Let's see. Well, let's go back to the sleazy back alley. I'm still gonna try to get another, a cheek. Bogginald gains a pound. Fantastic. Pick his pocket. Dirty hobo gloves. This is a pair of dirty hobo gloves. Their pungent stench makes you more effective in combat. Let's go equip that after I kill this guy. Moxie weed. Oh, that's right. I have a bunch of moxie things. Ace the Wildcard says, you want me to explain about the murder showerhead? Sure, why not? Let's see. Let's grab all my stuff here. Okay. Can I... Jaunty feather. Okay, cool. I can have multiple accessories. So let's see what we've got here. Spleen items. What happens if I drink too many or use too many spleen items? You munch happily on the moxie weed and gain 1 roguishness. You munch happily at chutzpah. You drink the cup of strongness elixir. You feel strongness pulsing through your veins, making you stronger. You gain 2 fortitude. The showerhead's pressure is so high it comes off like the holster and flail around. It almost took me out the first time I used it. Yeesh. Maybe you need to duct tape that thing on there. Probably sounds like a good idea. Alright, so let's go back here. And drunken half-orc hobo. Dirty hobo gloves. Win the fight. Come on. Mad train wine. Oh, big creepy spider. Cool. Spider web. Aha! Rushing bum. Dented harmonica. This harmonica. Unlike its succession of down-on-their-luck transient owners, it's seen the far corners of the world. And better days. It's enough to give you a bad case of the traveler's blues. I think I need to use that, actually. I think that's better than what I've got. Spooky stick. Plus 2 spooky damage. I mean... One-handed horn. It might do more damage for me because I am a musical character. So let's try that for now. We zip-tied it. Ah, that makes sense. Alright. Let's go back to Seaside Town. I still want to get that rushing... Aha! Cheap cigar butt. Nope, another dented harmonica. Oh, here we go. What's this? In the sleazing back alley, you happen upon a dumpster. You lift the lid to investigate and discover a half-orc hobo passed out inside. You think to yourself, this seems like a good opportunity to do something. What should I do? Should I punch, rob, or look under the hobo? I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. We'll see what I can do here. A lot of these random events will happen multiple times, so I might be able to come back and do this one again later. So obviously punch would lead me into a fight. Rob would make me steal something, and look under, I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. All right. And wait a little bit so you guys can respond to me. Look under the hobo. I can do that. You roll the hobo over on his back, careful not to wake him up. Digging through the garbage he was resting on, you find a bottle of wine. You decide it'd be tragic if the hobo woke up with a stiff back because he was sleeping on the bottle, so you protect him from that fate by grabbing the bottle. You're such an altruistic adventurer, your mother would be proud. Oh, rushing bum. Am I gonna get a bum cheek? Map to hidden booze cache. Wait, I've already gotten that. Do I get to do that again? This map to an overgrown lot. Okay, well, I guess I can go do that again. You're fighting a malt liquor golem. You approach the scattered pile of half-full malt liquor bottles in paper bags. But before you can raid it, the bottles leap into the air and assume a humanoid form. It staggers towards you. You deftly slip your fingers in your opponent's pocket and grab premium malt liquor. It breaks its ankle equivalent over your nipple. Fantastic. It lurches towards you to attack, but passes out to pour itself on the ground to honor its dead homies. Fantastic. You hit for 10 plus 2 damage. Yeah, this is much better. Adventure again. You're fighting a cooler wino. Fantastic. Unflavored, mostly broken sunglasses. At a certain point, the sunglasses are so broken that they don't count as sunglasses anymore. This parry is getting very close to that point. Ooh. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, it's a potion. I thought it was an item. Or I thought it was a wearable item. A Boganold is now a 5-pound mosquito. Great. That is, that's very, that's a lot of, oh, mostly so, Moxie Point, cool. It's Jaunty Feather. I don't even need to use my, oh, here we go. Follow the booze map. Wine cooler, malt liquor, vodka, cool. I can just keep doing that over and over, I guess. All right, seaside town, right side of the tracks. Come on. You're fighting a completely different spider. In the sleazy back alley, you're attacked by a completely different spider than the big creepy spider that you may or may not have been already attacked by. Yikes, step on spider. Don't find it. It tries to spear you with its venomous mandible, but you're immune to dactyl-based damage. Look it up, I'm not in your damn search engine. You play a sad, bluesy riff on your harmonica. It starts to cry, taking 12 melancholy damage. Fantastic. Oh, what do we got here? Before you can make it into the sleazy back alley, you're accosted by a ragtag group of orphans from the wrong side of the tracks. You pause briefly and try to remember if you've ever seen a group of orphans that wasn't ragtag. But that train of thought goes nowhere fast. Put on a puppet show for us, cry the orphans. Please. They point to a nearby puppet show booth, whatever those things are called. Never want to miss out on an opportunity to corrupt the youth of Loathing. You duck inside at the booth and prepare for your show. But what kind of show will it be? Let's see. I am a disco bandit, so I should probably do a musical. You put on a brief musical, to which two internate gangs of knobgoblins, the Sharks and the Jets, resolve their differences via carefully choreographed street fights. The play isn't very good and your singing is even worse, but the fight sequences leave your fingers both stronger and nimbler. You gain 2 chutzpah, 3 strengthliness. I gained a muscle point. Fantastic. Oh, it's the same thing again. Let's try classical tragedy this time. You put on a puppet show in which you share the orphans the story of Knobcrates, the greatest of the Knobgoblin philosophers of the... Oh, Knobcrates. Knobcrates, the Knobgoblin philosophers of the days of yore. The play illustrates how Knobcrates spent his life in the pursuit of wisdom, and preferred to demonstrate that wisdom by arguing with everybody he met. In later years, he was finally executed by his fed-up countrymen. The play teaches the orphans two important lessons: that education is ultimately futile, and that nobody likes a smartass. The tears of enlightenment in their filthy eyes warm your heart. I almost read that completely wrong. Drunken half-orc hobo. He vomits up an acidic stew of mad train wine and stomach acid, but you dodge his corrosion. You wish some of you would give you some sirens. Someone would give you some sirens. Okay, I don't understand that one. Mad train wine. Aw, craps. Just inside the sleazy back alley, you encounter a group of shady-looking characters throwing dice against a wall. As you approach, they look up at you expectantly. You in? Cheat just a little, cheat like crazy, or blink him, Dano. Or walk. I'm gonna blink him, Dano. I'm a disco bandit. Oh, jeez. Oops. That was a bad idea. You start playing dice with gamblers and you cheat like you've never cheated before. That is to say, you cheat like somebody who has never cheated before, and you're very, very bad at it. The gamblers catch on almost immediately and throw you out of the alley like something they beat the crap out of, which they did. Great. That was very, very helpful to me. You lose, in effect, beaten up. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, at least I didn't die entirely. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to Seaside Town. Great, I got beaten up. Map to a hidden booze cache. How many of those am I gonna have? I'm gonna have a lot of booze caches. Come on, give me whoa. In the still of the alley. As you're wandering from dumpster to dumpster, looking for either goodies or a fight, you encounter something you don't usually see in this alley. It's a tarp. A voice inside your head giggles as shouts, "It's a tarp!" But you choose to ignore that voice, like you always do. You throw back the tarp, and what appears to be a still. Looks like some entrepreneurial hobo has decided to improve the alcohol content, if not the taste, of his favorite cheap wine. Figuring he'll probably be too drunk to miss it, you make off with some of his stock. Distilled fortified wine. This distillation made from cheap wine by an enterprising hobo. Distilling this wine is how fine brandy is made, but based on the smell of this stuff, you'd say the makers of fine brandy definitely know some tricks that this hobo doesn't know. Alright, let's keep going. Rushing bum. Can I get your bum? Mad train wine. Oh, come on. You play a 10-minute solo on your harmonica. He bashes himself with a rock to make the pain stop, taking 11 plus 2 damage. Alright. Come on. Oh. Please hammer. As you near the sleazy back alley, a man approaches you with tears in his eyes. You gotta help me, he says. My hammer is broken. It means more to me than anything in the world, and it's broken. Can you help me? He looks at you, eyes gleaming. His eyes, not yours. Sure, I'll help. Sure, man, I'll help, you say, and his eyes light up. Thank you, he says, and he hands you the pieces of the broken hammer. My name's Harold, by the way. I'll wait right here for you. Harold's hammer handle and Harold's hammer head. This is the broken off head of a hammer. It's shaped like nothing like a shark, and Harold would like it very much if you reattach it to its handle. Hammerhead shark. I get it. This is the broken off handle of a hammer, which I guess just makes it a stick. Harold would be very happy if you attached the hammerhead. Okay, so I need to make some combine items. Meat paste with meat paste. Make one meat paste. Cool. I need that to combine the Harold's hammer handle with Harold's hammer head. Oh, actually I haven't seen meat paste yet. This sticky paste of meat made out of... Yeesh. I can talk. Shush. This is a sticky paste made out of meat. It could be used to stick two things together. Cool. Okay. This is Harold's hammer. A hammer once broken and now forged anew. Harold is going to be very excited to get his hands back on this thing. Okay, what am I going to get for this? We'll find out. As soon as you get near the sleazy back alley, you're immediately set upon by Harold. Did you fix it? Did you fix it? Yep, your reply. Here it is. It's hammer time, he explains excitedly. Now that I have this, I'll never need to leave the house. I'll just hammer in the morning and hammer in the evening. Speaking of which, I guess I won't be needing this anymore. Harold's bell. This is a bell once carried by Harold. Once you give him back his hammer, he didn't need it anymore. Win-win. A combat item. Banishes a monster for a while. Okay, I don't know how that works. Drunken half-orc hobo. Mad train wine and oh, here we go. Can I get your butt? No, I need another. I need one more. Great. Oh, Bogginold is now 6 pounds. Fantastic. Well, let's go check. Let's see. Oh, I still need to be stronger to get more quests. Oh well, so we're still gonna. Ooh. Yes. Yes! Bum cheek. Perfect. Awesome. So now I'm going to craft. I need some meat paste. Craft a bum cheek with a bum cheek. And I made an ass hat. Fantastic. This is a hat made from 2 cheeks. Once you get used to the smell, it's pretty stylish. Type hat power 30. Okay, I think that's actually better than what I've got. So I'm gonna go to my consumables. Actually, hold on. Let's put that rat in the terrarium. You decide to name him Trogarth. Fantastic. And let's use these Moxie Weeds. Sarcasm, Smarm, and Chutzpah. And then we go to equipment. Ass hat. What do I have? 20. Perfect. Great. I've got an ass hat on now. Awesome. Disco ball, sweatpants, shiny ring. Okay, what was the ring that I have now? Half-ass regeneration. All attributes +1. I do have the Bogginold, the 6-pound mosquito, is almost as big as the mosquitoes that they have here in Minnesota. Let's unequip this half-assed regeneration and equip the shiny ring. Or can I not? Oh, you need 10 base mysticality points. Oh, I can't yet. Okay. That's good to know. So, am I strong enough to go into the garage now? Aha! You're fighting a Gnollish gearhead. This is a Gnollish gearhead. When he's not fixing up hot rods in the Degrassi Knoll garages, he's wandering around looking for a fight, such as the one he's just found. Gnollish toolbox. You definitely slipped your fingers. This is a toolbox dropped by a Gnollish gearhead. It's probably got machine parts inside of it. He springs forward and smacks you with his wet sprocket. All you want is to ease the pain in your leg. You huff and puff wildly through the harmonica, playing a blistering succession of notes. He gets 5 + 2 + 1 damage worth of blisters. Fantastic. Okay, so now I have, let's see. Oh, here we go. Gnollish toolbox. Spring sprocket and empty meat tank. Which is good because I need this stuff. I've got, oh, I can make another meat paste. Let's do that now. Crafting, make a meat paste. Cool. This meat tank has no meat in it. Why, if there's no meat in it, why is it called a meat tank? The world may never know. I've already read that one. This is a spring. Springy. This is a sprocket. Sprockety. Oh, man. Here we go. Let's see. So I need to get... What else do I need to get? I just gotta go back there. You're fighting a Gnollish tire juggler. This is a gnoll who wanders Degrassi Knoll, juggling enormous tires. Nobody knows why. He gets the jump on you. He tosses you a few tires to juggle. Since you can't juggle, they just knock you over and bruise you. Aha, tires. You put on your Yarmulke and play the harmonica. Well, you don't really have a Yarmulke. Yarmulke? I don't know how to pronounce that, actually. But you're playing so bad, it does 4 + 2 + 1 damage to your opponent. Okay, I got some tires. Okay, what else do I need? Tires. Meat stack, empty meat tank. Meat paste. I'm getting there. Rims. I need rims. Oh, that's right. I actually have to combine this stuff, don't I? Oh, I don't remember how to do that. Okay, but we're still gonna do it. The garage. You're fighting a guard bugbear. Oh, I have one of the bugbears on the thumbnail for this game, or for this stream. This is a bugbear kept by the Knolls of Degrassi Knoll as a guardian and pet. It gets the jump on you. He tries to bite you, but you tell him when you said bite me, it was just a figure of speech. Bugbear beanie. This is a beanie made from the skin of a bugbear. Sadly, it lacks a propeller. Ooh, does that mean I can put a propeller on it? Knollish tire jungler. He tries to beat you with some inner tubes, but you tie his tubes together. Fantastic. You hiccup and accidentally get the harmonica lodged in your throat. You Heimlich yourself and the harmonica pops free, bonking him for 5+2+1 damage. Fantastic. That's what I wanted. You're fighting a Knollish gearhead. This is a Knollish gearhead when out fixing up hot rods. He's wandering around looking for a fight. He gears up to smack you, but you get your arse in gear and motor away. Knollish toolbox. Oh, perfect. Okay. 2 empty meat tanks. How many meat tanks do I need? Okay. Let's see. So I do have a lot of the... What else do I need? I don't have a meat stack. Oh, how do I make a meat stack? Let's see. If I do... Not sure how to make a meat stack. Win the fight. Melancholy damage. Do I need to go to the... Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna try these other places. Maybe I can find something here that's just as good. This is a Knollish pie baker. One of the citizens of Degrassi Knoll, who gets up each morning saying, it's time to make the pies. But now you've gotten between him and his oven, so he's saying, time to gut an adventure with this razor-sharp pie server. You get the jump on him. Oh, I got a skewer. This is a simple wooden skewer. You could probably cook stuff on it. Cool. I can make a kebab with that. He juggles 3 gigantic cream pies and sends them flying at you. Looks like he has no regard for human life, even his own. You play a sad bluesy riff on your harmonica. He starts to cry, taking 5 melancholy damage. Wad of dough. This is a wad of dough. Hard to describe it in much more detail than that. You should definitely keep using that harmonica forever. Unless I find a better weapon, which I might. Let's see. So what do I need to get my next quest? Let's see. Lair of the Naughty Sorceress. When do I get the white? Let's go to the Forest Village. I haven't been there yet. The Untinker's Cottage with flickering candle. The Crackpot Mystic's Shed. The Bounty Hunter's Shack. The Bugbear Bakery, and a science tent. Let's go to the science tent. Dr. Gordon Stewart, a scientist. We did it! The tentacles are all back in their eldritch otherworld, and Hank is back with us. Hank. And I think we have more than enough research to publish a great paper, and I'm still experimenting on this tentacle I saved, though maybe that'll be a second paper. Can I fight that tentacle you saved for science? You're fighting the Eldritch Tentacle. This is a slimy, twitching, shuddering tentacle poking through a rift in time-space. You get the jump on it. Pick its pocket. Oh, Jesus, that's strong. You deftly slip your fingers in your opponent's pocket and grab something. Eldritch Effluvium. This is a drop of Eldritch essence from the innards of an Eldritch tentacle beast. Smells like a headache. Ooh, okay, hold on. I died. Wow, that thing is strong. I guess I gotta go back to my campground. There we go. Okay, I'm a little bit more healed up now. Hoo boy, that was damaging. Okay. What's over in this? You knock on the door of the seaside shack, but there's no answer. Maybe try back later. Cool, I guess. Let's see. Well, the big mountains. I do have all this other stuff. So the barrel full of barrels. Turn crank? Oh, this is new. Magicalness in a can. Shot of grapefruit schnapps. Dyspepsy cola. Galactic's homeopathic elixir. You found a mimic. Oh, cool. You're fighting a tiny barrel mimic. You enter the barrel and attempt to smash a barrel, but what you thought was a barrel turns out to be actually a mimic mimicking a barrel. You're confused. You thought those things could only mimic chests. Just as you're winning the fight, a swarm of miniature barrel makers jumps out of the barrel and stampede all over you. Yep, you've run over by at least 11 Mini Coopers. Because a Cooper is someone who makes barrels. I shouldn't have, okay. Oh, uh-oh. I don't know if I can fight this thing. He does a pretty decent impression of a monster kicking the stuffing out of you. Does an awful impression of a monster hitting you in the skull. Aha! Go back to the barrel full of barrels. Magicalness in a can. Magicalness in a can. Shot of grapefruit schnapps. And an orange. Good, okay. So that stuff, so I can use the magicalness in a can to get my mysticality up to, yeah. I need my magicalness to be 10. That didn't help a lot. This is a can of Dyspepsy Cola, one of the two indistinguishable frontrunners in the Kingdom of Loathing Cola Wars. This is a bottle of Galactic's homeopathic elixir, guaranteed to cure all of life's ills. This will heal a goodly number of hit points. I think this is new. This is a shot of fermented tomato juice. You can think of nastier things than this, but you can't think of many. Alright, let's see. What else is there that I can fight? Big mountains. Mountain Noob, Temple of Literacy. Wait, what? What is this for? Oh, this is to... Oh, this is to go into the community and stuff. I don't need to do that now. We'll do that later. Mount Noob. Hugler Memorial Coliseum. The multiplayer features of KOL aren't available unless you can prove you're a real person by associating an email address with your account. If there's one thing we've learned from our decades online, it is that only real people have email addresses. Okay, great. I'll do that later. The Hermitage. The Hermit looks at you expectantly, and when you don't respond, he points out crudely chalked sign on the wall reading Hermit Permit Required. Pursuant to Seaside Town Ordinance number 3769. Stupid bureaucrats always ruining everybody's fun with their permits and forms. A permit hermit. A hermit permit. You glance behind him and see a bunch of items arrayed on a filthy carpet. Items for trade. I don't have anything to trade him with, so we're gonna leave that there. So what's the Dungeoneers Association? Oh, I remember this place. The haiku dungeon, everything in the haiku dungeon is written as a haiku. When the copulets go bad, there's always someone to blame. Knobgoblin Poser. This Knobgoblin teen thinks he's gangsta poet. In fact, he's neither. You jump at your foe and strike before he's ready. Nice and sportsmanlike. You know that thing that you tried to just do? Well, it didn't work. Your foe stands silent, channeling his gangsta angst, rocking the suburbs. Your weapon flashes a flock of herons, takes flight. You hit 18 times. That was quite a hit. True, palpable, critical, constructively so. You know what time... Know what time it is? Time for a victory dance. A winner is you. On the nearby ground, you see 21 meat. Score. You pick it up. Gentle reeds must bend, but you're mightier than that. You gain 1 muscle. Your rippling muscles strike fear into enemies. Stat gain for the win. A refreshing pond is still as cool as you. You gain 1 moxie. I love this place. Oh, man. This is a 10 by 10 room. It is exactly the right size. Gelatinous cube. A huge gleaming cube. The length and height of the hall squishes towards you. You leap at your foe, throwing caution to the wind, and get the first strike. Your attempt failed. At first you don't succeed. Maybe just give up? Its attack attempt is unsophisticated, stupid Rubish cube. Misplaced platypus watches you hit 15 times. Man, that thing's sure lost. You're victorious. Your name must be Victor. To you go the spoils. The harvest moon glows. You can see 23 meat. Type ripe for the picking. Rusty metal ring was once your foes, now yours. Beaters up keepers. Biceps, triceps, abs. Combat's quite a workout, huh? You gain 1 muscle. Tranquil Zen Gardens. Look uptight next to your cool. You get 1 more smarm. Rusty metal ring. The sound of a rusty bell? No, that makes no sense. Rusty metal ring. Meat pasting component. Ooh, I wonder what that pastes together to be. Let's do one more here. Blur of teeth and claws. Who just caught scent of blood? Ferocious bugbear. The fiendish bugbear lurches at you, brandishing big teeth and small arms. You leap at your foe, throwing caution to the wind and get the first strike. You know that thing you tried to do? Well, it didn't work. Your familiar hits, inflicting 7 damage. Nice work, little guy. When 15 points are restored to your body, you make an ah sound. You did your best, friend. Losers whine about their best, but you're no loser. Your pet's gaining weight. Best that you not mention it for its self-esteem. So now Bogginald is now 7 pounds. You find 19 meat and decide to keep it. Capitalism. Extend both your thumbs. Who just got 2 more moxie? This guy. Oh, man. Hoo boy. Let's go to the daily dungeon. I cannot go to the daily dungeon. Let's go back. Boris's gate closed. Jarlsberg's gate closed. And Sneaky Pete's gate closed. A vending machine. I have no fat loot tokens. Great. All right, let's go back to the big... Let's see what else we've got here. We'll go exploring. We'll see what else we have. So we have not been to the thatch-roofed casino. You need a casino pass. Well, I guess I can't do that. Oh, this one, this is actually, other people have written these here. So what's courageous about eating a hot dog? Little pastry thinks edgy memes are funny. Look at me. Yeah, Peepus, drink this, bruh. Oh man, that's so great. So the graffiti wall is actually other players. Since this is technically an MMO, other people are playing right now and influencing what happens in my game. Just ever so slightly. The dirt walled hovel of the pretentious artist. A tall, skinny, shaggy-haired man with thick plastic-rimmed glasses paces back and forth, alternating between barely audible murmuring and loud swearing. He looks up at you as you walk in. You there, plebeian. I am the greatest artist in the kingdom of Loathing has ever known. But lately I've been unable to grace its population with my works of staggering genius. Because all my painting supplies have been lost or stolen, will you help me retrieve them? Sure, I'm always glad to support the arts. Great. If I'm going to work, I'll need my paintbrush, my palette, and my paint. Last time I remember seeing the palette, it was near the haunted pantry on the right side of the tracks. My pail of paint, I probably lost it while I was slumming the sleazy back alley looking for inspiration. And my brush was stolen by this punk knob goblin kid who's always trying to bite my style. Cool, so we go to the... Let's go to the haunted pantry. Oh, the haunted pantry. I remember this place. The haunted pantry. So you get like, this is hilarious because they have like haunted food and stuff here. You're fighting a fiendish can of asparagus. In the haunted pantry, you're attacked by a fiendish can of asparagus. Cans of asparagus aren't normally all that scary, but this one's got a knife. You get the jump on it. Let's pick his pocket. I got a stalk of asparagus. It tries to stab you, but you kick the knife away. Never bring a knife to a foot fight. You hit for 12 damage. Razor sharp can lid and an asparagus knife. This is the lid from a tin can. It's really sharp around the edges. You could probably throw this at something and it hurt fairly badly. Meatsmithing component. This knife got from a can of asparagus. It's sharp, will make you pee of anything you stab, and make the pee of anything you stab with it smell funny. Fantastic. Trespasser. Just inside the haunted pantry, you discover a knob-goblin assistant chef rummaging through the shelves, looking for cooking ingredients and magical reagents. He doesn't seem to notice you yet. What would you like to do? Okay, I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys again. Should I tackle him, challenge him to a magical duel, or wait and see what happens? I'm going to take a drink of my soda while I'm waiting for you guys to answer. That's some good soda. It's actually just orange soda I put in a bottle. Because I don't want to have like a whole 2 liter sitting here. That would be annoying. I don't want to have a cup because last time I had a cup of soda in here during a stream, I spilled it on my table. And that was annoying. Alright. Itchy nose. Alright, let's see what you guys have got for me. Maybe. Challenge you to a duel. I can do that. You tap the chef on the shoulder and challenge him to a duel. Before you can even raise your hands, he casts a spell that pretty much knocks you on your ass. You manage to absorb a small amount of magical potential through your wounds, so I guess it wasn't a total loss. You gain 5 mysteriousness. You gain a mysticality point, and I lose 3 HP. What the heck? Wait, how did I get here? Oh, he sent me here. Current quest. Okay, well, let's go back to the haunted pantry. You're fighting a possessed can of tomatoes. Inside the haunted pantry, you encounter this abomination. You assume a fighting stance and prepare to match your opponent with a can of whoop-ass. You get the jump on it. Razor-sharp can lid. I definitely slipped my fingers into opponent's pocket and grab a sharp can lid. Glad I didn't cut my fingers on it. Let's see. I got a tomato. This is a tomato. If you're anything like me, you probably don't like tomatoes. If you're anything like Dan Quayle, you probably can't spell tomatoes. You're fighting a flame-broiled meat blob. You are suddenly ambushed by a giant flame-broiled meat blob. It bobs up and down menacingly, dripping with meaty goodness and radiating waves of intense heat. You definitely slip your fingers into your opponent's pocket and grab something. Meat paste. It assaults you with a barrage of non-sequitur stoner humor. You're confused, but unhurt. You play a 10-minute solo on your harmonica. It bashes itself with a rock to make the pain stop, taking 13 damage. New attack record. I've cut my fingers on a can lid of a lot of things before. They're terrible. I got a bunch of meat paste. Shoe of many colors. As you near the haunted pantry, you accidentally step in a palette of paint. Though your shoe is now multi-hued, you know somebody who'd like to have this back. Cool. Pretentious palette. This is a palette covered in traces of several colors of pretentious paint. There's overblown orange, ironic indigo, sarcastic scarlet, every color of the hipster rainbow. Okay, so now we go to the sleazy back alley. That's right. Another map to the hidden booze cache. I'm gonna have a lot of booze. Drunken half-orc hobo. Let's get all that wine and everything. Moxie weed. I'm gonna need that for later. I gain a level. Yes, I'm level 4 now. Let's see. I am a jiggy grifter. I forgot to check these. Every level has a different title. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to Sleazy Back Alley. A completely different spider. Okay, I've looked under the hobo, so I'm gonna rob the hobo now. You take advantage of the rare opportunity presented to you by this hobo. Risk-free pickpocketing practice. Or is it pocket-picking practice? Pock-picketing? You carefully fish around in the hobo's pockets, and though you find only a tiny bit of meat, you feel much more confident in your finger dexterity. They tried and paled. As you're walking near the sleazy back alley, you almost do that thing they do in movies, sometimes where you step in a pail and stumble around and maybe step on a rake, which levers up and hits you in the face, which knocks you down, and then you kick your legs up into the air and the pail flies and then hits you, lands on your head. You didn't do that, though. What you do instead is see a pail laying on the ground and think, hey, isn't that pail that artist guy was looking for? Then you think, yes it is, and then you pick it up and take it with you. This is a pail full of many colors of pretentious paint. How the colors manage to stay separate in a complete mystery. Maybe it's just sheer force of presentation. Okay, so the pretentious paintbrush. That is... Oh, looks like I can go to the council, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to finish this quest that I've got going on now. Sold by the Knob Goblins. So I need to go back to the Knob... Cobb's Knob. You're fighting a Knob Goblin assistant chef. This Knob Goblin is currently in training to be a chef. He proudly wields his set of neophyte tongues and whistles a happy cooking song as he prepares to beat you senseless. He tries to poke you with his tongs, but you make fun of his silly hat until he goes away crying. You acquire a bone with a price tag on it. Okay, this is a bone with a price tag still on it. Maybe it's one of Mini Pearl's bones. Usable quest item. Huh, wonder what that's for. This is a chef's hat. It's tall, white, and puffy. Like that one time Ray chose the form of the Destructor. Oh, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Fantastic. Ooh. Mysticality, regenerate 1 MP for adventure. Ooh, that would be nice. I might want to put that on later. Brushed off. Just outside Cobb's Knob, you encounter an adolescent knob goblin waving a paintbrush around. Look at me, he shouts. I'm an artist. I don't have a real job. I only listen to bands you've never heard of. Knowing better, you lay the smack down and take the brush, determined to return it to its rightful owner. This paintbrush appears to have been used to create a large number of pretentious paintings. You know, ones with deep inner meaning and symbolism and stuff. Alright, so now I can go back and give him back his stuff. Hooray! Now I can once again create paintings of such stunning beauty, such rich symbolism that maybe few people in this horrible, oppressive world can begin to understand my pain. The artist pours a pail of paint in a huge barrel and says, "Oh, hey, do you want this empty pail? I don't really have room for it. If you want it, you can have it." Cool. An ordinary metal pail. Oh, what's going on in the chat? Something... Oh my god, I love this game. Okay. I'm confused about what's going on in the chat. Oh, you thought that something was on the right side of the tracks. No, the building was on the other side of the tracks. That's where I got the pallet from. Alright, let's see what the council's got for us. The council requires another task of you, adventurer. You must slay the boss bat. He can be found in the deepest part of the bat hole in the nearby plains. Slay him and return to us with proof of your conquest. By the way, we're sick of all these disasters, holes in this... Oh yeah, it's the same as before. So now I'm going to the bat hole. Great. I'm not even sure I can fight this yet. You're fighting a regular old bat. This is a perfectly ordinary bat. You get the jump on it. It tries to knock a stalagmite out of the ceiling, but you smugly tell it stalagmites come from the ground. Nice. You're fighting an albino bat. This is an albino bat, equally as likely to carry disease, get in your hair, or shock your blood. But at least this one's easier to see. This stops in the to go to the Whole Food store and pick up some quinoa. I actually don't know how to pronounce that word. Quinoa. I don't know. There we go. I think I need to go to Guano Junction, actually. You're fighting a vampire bat. Once upon a time, an adventurer was attacked by a vampire bird. He was sucked to death. The vampire bird killed him last. It gets the jump on you. Tries to suck the blood out of you, but you're reminded it's not a vampire bird. The vampire bat tries to headbutt you, but you tap the bruise on its forehead with a rock, and it skitters to the ground. Cool. I win that. Perfect. Once upon a time... That's the same one as before. Pick his pocket. Ooh, ouch. Bogginald. Perfect. Fantastic. You're fighting a dough bat. Quinoa? Quinoa. Okay, quinoa. Quinoa. Oh, got it. This is a bat made out of dough, or a wad of dough with wings. You make the call. You get the jump on it. It tries to ram you with its body, but fortunately its body is soft and squishy. You decide it will not be yours, and it will not be your squishy, though. Perfect. Killed a baseball bat. This is a bat with the body of a baseball, and the heart of a bad pun. It gets the jump on you. It bites you in the ear. No, trust me, it has a mouth, and it must scream. Oh, this one's actually doing quite a bit of damage on me. You're not quite monstrous enough to use a dented harmonica against a foe this strong. You only managed to deal 1 damage. It bites you in the nipple. No, trust me, it has a mouth and it must scream. Sucker punch this thing. It beans you in the head with the baseball body. Worse, you don't even get a free walk to work. Wow. I can't talk today. Shush. I can talk. It beans you in the head with its hard baseball body. Worse, you don't even get a free walk to first. I think I might die here. Oh, perfect. You distract it and punch in the stomach when it's not looking. It deals 1 damage and leaves it reeling. You hit it with a curveball, but you curve out of the way. Yes! That worked out just fine for me. You're fighting a skull bat. This is pretty creepy. It's a bat with a skull instead of a body. Most bats have skulls in addition to their body, but, you know. It headbutts you with its hard, bony skull. You know, unlike those soft, fleshy skulls you've heard about. Sonar in a biscuit and a broken skull. This is one of those flavored crackers, but it appears to be flavored with piercing waves of high-pitched sound. It's incredible and inedible. This is a broken skull with some itty-bitty bits of skull rattling around inside it. There's no indication of whether the bits are from this skull or from a different skull entirely. You're fighting a skull bat. Ooh. Perfect. Dead. Dead. You're fighting a perpendicular bat. This bat is perpendicular to the ground. That makes you totally different from a regular bat. It gets the jump on you. It flies at a right angle and batters you with its claws. Oh, geez, I'm gonna die here. It flies in perpendicularly. It flies in perpendicularly and sinks its perpendicular fangs into your neck. Perpendicular. I need to sucker punch this thing. And I died. Great. I'm beaten up. Yeah, I don't think I'm strong enough to go do that quite yet. Perfect. Okay, current quest, find and defeat. Oh, here we go. There's where I get my quest. That's my quest log. Completed quests, other accomplishments. Cool, okay. So let's see. I've got a couple of minutes left here before I switch off here. So we're gonna go back to the spooky forest because why not? I think this can lead me to the white forest, or the white grove, Whitey's Grove or whatever. Let's see. Ooh, gain 24 hit points. Nice. You're fighting a spooky mummy. In the spooky forest, you're attacked by one of the spookiest mummies you've ever seen. This isn't saying much, though, since you've never found mummies to be particularly spooky. I mean, ooh, no, I'll have to walk slightly faster if I want to escape. Yeah, right? Perfect. You're fighting a werewolf. You're attacked by a werewolf. Werewolf? You can't pronounce it, but you can certainly lay the smackdown upon it. Proper. Alright. Let's see. What else we got here? You're fighting a spooky vampire. He uses his spooky hypnotic eyes on you, but loses contact lens and has to search for it. Aha, here we go. You managed to get quite a ways into the forest without running into any of those pesky monsters. What song is playing in the background? I have no idea. I have literally just a copyright-free music playing in the background that I got 3 hours of gaming music or whatever. So I can actually put a link to that in the. I can put a link to that in the chat here if you want to check that out. That might show up earlier than me saying that it showed up, but that's that. So there's that. That's what I'm listening to. So which one of these three should I take? The old road, the stream, or the dark thicket? This is up to you guys. I love being able to have you guys vote on what the thing I'm gonna do is. Arboreal respite. Your interest is piqued when you notice an old, overgrown road leading off into the woods. Your soul is soothed when you hear the bubbling stream from somewhere nearby, and your sense of foreboding begins to tingle as you notice a dark thicket of trees on a nearby hillside. It's not the darkest hillside thicket you've ever seen, but it's definitely one of the darker. Which way will you go? The dark thicket. I can do that. Okay, so you guys are gonna choose which one of these two while I'm reading this. Shadows gather as you follow the path into the dark thicket. The shadows skitter off before you can see what they were gathering. But that's not important right now. What's important is that you're in the thick of this thicket and you should be busy with whatever you're going to in here so you can get the hell out. There's a slightly darker path in the path that you came in, leading deeper into the thicket. There's also an area of extremely thick plant growth off to the side of the path. So should I follow the darker path or the dense foliage? Or investigate the foliage? We'll see here. We'll crack my neck. Alright, Ace gets to choose. What do you want? The dark path or the foliage? The dark path. Alright, there we go. You follow the darkened... we're gonna choose again. You follow the darkened path to a point where the forest, where 3 more paths diverge. The left branch looks pretty normal. Trees surrounding it are healthy, the path is clear of undergrowth, and furry woodland creatures scamper along it, just waiting to get eaten by some larger but equally furry predator. The trees around the middle branch look as though they've been burned. The earth is scorched, though not by tiny robotic tanks, you're guessing, and you catch the occasional glimpse of flashing lights from the distant recesses of the path. The third branch is dark. Really dark. Really, really dark. Come to think of it, you can't see anything at all past the entrance. All of the paths look equally well traveled, so you're not going to be able to rely on poetry advice for this one. The Scorched Path. Alright. And we're going to pick another one again. In the clearing is the end of the Scorched Path. You find a pair of craters. The first is smoking, and it looks like it was a result of some sort of explosion. The other is, well, moist. It looks like a result of a particularly productive and violent sneeze. To which crater will you cater? Which one are we doing? The smoking crater or the moist crater? Let's see. What would you like? Moist. Okay. Corpse in the crater. At the bottom of the slimy crater, you find a glob of goo with what looks like a corpse of a sorcerer inside. It looks like he summoned more jelly than he was ready for. You fish out and wipe off his possessions. You acquire a saucepan and spices. This is a saucepan which can be used to beat something about the head and neck. Unless that doesn't have a head and or neck, in which case it can be used to beat it about whatever passes for a head and a neck in this particular case. And spices. This is a can of secret and mysterious spices. It can be used to give something secret and or mysterious flavor. If you can control this, you can control the universe. Well, probably not. Alright, so that is all the time I've got for this game for today. So I'm gonna switch back. Okay, how do I log out? I log out, there we go. You have been logged out. Thank you for playing. There we go. So, how was that? I think that turned out really well. That was fantastic, I really like that. Alright, so, I'm gonna be I think I want to play this more on streams more often in the future. So now I have 2 games that I can alternate between. The Sorcerer. Sorcerer is one of the 6 classes that you can pick from at the beginning of the game. The Sorcerer, Seal Clubber, Turtle Tamer, Pastamancer, Sorcerer, Disco Bandit, and Accordion Thief. Oh, alright. So, as usual, for anybody who's watching, I do have a link to the description, or a link to my Discord in the description if you want to go check that out. I also have merchandise down there, and there are upgrades that you can get to the Discord server if you want to, and that's through the GameWisp account, which is down below, which is kind of like a Patreon for video creators. Let's see, what else? I have mugs and t-shirts and stickers and stuff. I think that's about it for now. In the Discord, I do hold I hold votes for which games I'm going to be playing upcoming, and I think from now on I might actually hold a vote about which game I'm going to be playing in the stream for that week. So I could go for Slime Rancher or more Kingdom of Loathing or whatever other games I end up starting to play on the stream. So that might be really fun. So I think that's about it. So like and favorite if you liked the video. Subscribe if you liked me. Good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.